Now, by coming in and being part of the cover-up, the Trump administration has become part of it. I mean, it's just, you cannot see it any other way. So I just got to the office. I'm going to go throw up, actually. And this only happens every few years when something really, really bad happens or something. I mean, I'm physically going to puke probably right now. My mouth is watering right now.
Oh, is he crying?
Because I have integrity. And,
No.
I just really need the Trump administration to succeed and to save this country, and they're doing so much good. And then for them to do something like this tears my guts out.
Uh-oh. Wow.
The left, they're all complicit. They're openly promoting pedophilia. We know they're pure evil.
Wait, why is the left catching strays? I mean, this guy's over here doing mental gymnastics with who to blame with this, and the problem with these type of guys, especially the hardcore Trumpers, is, it can't be Trump. It's never Trump. It was never Trump to begin with. No, it's the pedophiles that the elitist pedophiles above him that come in a suit and a tie and tell Trump what he can and can't do. Like, dude, it's never once like, maybe they don't want to release the files because Trump's on the files, because there's piling evidence to show that he was on the files and he was a close associate of Jeffrey Epstein, right? We saw Epstein was like, me and Trump are best friends. But no, it's never Trump. It's never Trump.
I think it's all funny. Oh, look, Alex is sad. The MAGA's tearing itself apart. Your globalist masters literally want you to eat bugs and live in a 5G 200-square-foot coffin apartment. Look at the left. Look at them all posing with their Pfizer shots, looking like dead zombies. I mean, come on, you guys are sick. And so you shouldn't look at those of us that have a soul still and have integrity in pain over this and celebrate, you dumb pieces of fucking shit. You're going against your own self-preservation, serving this evil globalist system in BlackRock and the New World Order and Hakeem Jeffries and all the rest of it. So I'm just processing this right now. I don't know on what planet Trump is doing all this good stuff in the real world. And
good stuff. What did Trump do that was so good so far? I mean, it slashed 10 million people's health care. Get involved in a Middle East war. Let's see, what else did he do? Couldn't stop the Ukraine-Russia war. Possibly, sever ties with Zelensky and Putin. We just had a whole flood situation in Texas because they couldn't, from all the layoffs and shit that were happening, they couldn't warn everybody before the flood actually occurred, and there was like 100 people that died. 5 of which were, I believe, young female gymnastic stars or something like that. Rest in peace. It was very sad. But what good has done? What has Trump done that was good? That's been good so far. His entire administration. It's been a fucking disaster.
Still being demonized by the corporate media. And constant lies, like, there was no weather alert for flash floods in Texas by the National Weather Service. There was the day before, and over 500 times. It's just constant lies. I need to defend Trump. He's being lied about. And then this type of shit happens. I don't even know what to say. I mean, it's just, it's beyond insane. You couldn't try to hurt yourself worse. You couldn't try to discredit the FBI worse than what they've done. Pam Bondi, all of it. All those videos are saying, yeah, she's seen the videos. It's all coming out. And then now it doesn't exist. I mean, what? Mm-hmm. What? Mm-hmm. What? Damn it.
Okay, the problem, guys, and the problem with these hardcore Trumpers, guys, is they can't actually, you can't rationalize with them, guys. The thing is, their entire identity is Donald Trump. Literally. That's their entire identity. So they can't sit back and rationally think and be like, you know what, maybe the files aren't being released because Trump's on the files, right? We have mounting and if you were to choose, if you think of it, you could think of anybody who's in government that, or any past president that has a list of characteristics that would, you'd be like, yeah, this guy's definitely on the Epstein files. It's Donald J. Trump, okay? I mean, like, our introduction to this guy was the Access Hollywood tape of him saying, "Oh yeah, you just grab him by the pussy, and you know you can do whatever you want." And then there's these other, you know, we also found out like this guy was like sneaking into like the dressing rooms when he had the Miss Universe pageant thing, and then there's like 20 or 30 sexual allegations sexual allegations from different women saying, "Oh, this guy groped me and he did X, Y, and Z," and then we found out that he met Melania on the Lolita Express, the Epstein pedo plane. And then we have like a collage of photos of him and Jeffrey Epstein. Like, we have photos of him and Jeffrey Epstein where it looks like they partied at every event. Like, what more evidence, but it's like, oh no, it's never Trump. It's never Trump. No, it can't be Trump. No, it's the pedophiles above Trump that are controlling everything. Yeah, it's them. Like, man, and see, that's the problem with people like this, man. It's just, there's no way. Their entire identity is Trump and MAGA. Okay? And then he wants to sit here and be like, oh, well, no, it's, the lefts are the globalists, the pedos. Actually, and as much as I hate the left, it's like, they were the ones kind of, saying like, hey, they're the ones that were right about this whole situation. And look, now you have the FBI and the DOJ coming out saying, oh, no, nothing happened. There's no list. You have one of the Pam Bondi that made several claims saying, yeah, I had the files right on my desk. I read through the entire thing. I know everything about the files. There's going to be some crazy, I have the files. I printed them and then I hung them up on my wall at home and I read them every night. And then now there's like, oh, there's no list. There's no client list. Nah. It's like, dude, the hypocrisy. That's why I don't feel bad for this guy. It's like, dude, what the fuck? Your entire identity is MAGA and Trump. And you don't think for 1 second, right, that Trump is really the problem here? Right? Jeez, man. And yeah, it can't be him. And then like there's this other reports coming out, and we're finding out more information about the FBI director and how he was essentially involved with or he has kind of ties to Mossad. That was a big shocker that I reported on yesterday, is essentially, because we do know that Jeffrey Epstein is like no big announcement here, but he's obviously a Mossad agent. Like, there's no denying it. Okay. This guy was running blackmail rings on several top-tier politicians, within the U.S. government. Everybody in the U.S. government. Anyone who has any type of higher-end position in the U.S. government has some dirt on him now. This guy was running these blackmail, rings, so they can kind of blackmail anybody who they want. And so then we find out that the FBI director, we find out his wife, she's not even American. She grew up in Israel. Like, she worked for 8200 unit Mossad, right? And so there's this big cover-up with the Epstein files simply because it'll expose, well, first and foremost, it's going to, you're going to find out that Daddy Trump's on there, right? And then secondly, it's gonna there's gonna be a huge portion of those documents that involve our greatest ally, right? But these guys will never admit it, man. This is like the crazy. This is why these guys. I don't even know how people like Alex Jones or some of these guys on the right just have any credibility, bro. It's just like, dude, sad.